Hi everyone, it is I, Wolfric21. This is going to be my first YouTube video. I'm going to be a Gemini Jets / plane YouTuber / Lego / maybe some Gundam YouTuber. And today we have a very special day because we are looking at the A321neo from American Airlines and the A320 from Delta. So first of all, we've got the A320. It's got the plastic cover. This is ordered from, both of these were ordered from Easy Toys in late 2024. It's a beautiful box. Item number G2DAL963. You can see the aircraft name and Delta, part of the Sky team, and Gemini 200 from 1998 from 2023. Awesome, 25 years. And next up we have the A321neo. Identification number. Sorry, I'm doing one-handed. Horrible idea. A321neo, American Airlines. Item number G2AAL1107. I understand that Gemini Jets just made a new A321neo. This is not that. This is the old one, or the older one. It's for the box. Throw it over there. Now, we are going to look at the Delta one first. So we'll put A321 to the side. $1,200. A die-cast model. Obviously, we love die-cast. Remove the plastic cover. I find that the stand, it comes with a stand, these metal stands, but they never work right, and they damage the bottom of the aircraft. The little rubber, the metal stand just doesn't go well into the rubber hole thing. Voila. Put this to the side. And here it is. A320 in its glory. Some people say that you should use gloves when lifting it off, but unlike myself, if you're a germaphobe, you're going to go over this every week and a half with a microfiber towel. It is in the revised upward and onward livery. The registration is November 376, November Whiskey. It says Delta on the bottom. It's got the gem that it would be in place of where the lights are. It has also one on top, right up here. Just a real fancy, nice thing of Gemini to include a gem. But you are paying at an increased price point, considering it's $1,200 compared to $1,400. There you can see the Gemini Jets logo. The door, forward door, the over-the-winged door, and the aft door next to the American flag. Here it is in all of its glory. I know that some of the newer Gemini Jets boxes have a little information pad, but this does not have that. And inside the box, some of these come with detached landing gear, some do not. This is attached because it's a narrow body. Well, not because of that, just because it's the smaller one, probably. There's the box. There's a little indent where the aircraft will go. It's a beautiful box. Always make sure to keep onto your boxes somewhere safe and dry, because if you lose them, or if you want to sell your aircraft one day, then you can do that, because that's up to you. But here it is in its glory. It's even got the little stickers, or the actually on there. There it is. It's a little back heavy. And some of the engines do spin for these, I believe. These do not. Now a little bit about the A320. This is a Delta Air Lines A320. The A320 family is a series of narrow-body airliners developed and produced by Airbus. The A320 was launched in March 1984, first flew on February 22nd, 1987, and was introduced in April 1988 by Air France. The first member of the family was followed by the stretched A321, first delivered in 1994, January. The shorter A319, April 1996, and the shortest variant, the A318, in July of 2003. Final assembly takes place in Toulouse, France, Hamburg in Germany, Tianjin in China, Mobile and Alabama in the US since April 2016. The twin jet has 6 abreast economy cross-section and came with either CFM 56-5A or -5B or IAE V2 1500 turbofan engines, except the A318. The A318 does have the CFM 56 as an option. However, the other option is the Pratt & Whitney PW 6000. The family pioneered the use of digital fly-by-wire and side-stick flight controls in airliners. Variants offer maximum takeoff weights from 68 to 93.5 tons, 150,000 to 206,000 pounds. To cover a 5,740 to 6,940 kilometer, 3,570 to 4,320 mile range. The 31.4 meter, 103 foot long A318 typically accommodates 107 to 132 passengers. The 124 to 156 A319 is 33.8, 111 feet long. The A320, this particular aircraft, is 123 feet long, or 37.6 meters, and can accommodate 150 to 186 passengers. The longer variant, the A321, 146 feet longer, 146 feet, 44.5 meter total length, offers 185 to 230 seats. The Airbus corporate jets are modified business jet versions of the standard commercial variants. American Airlines is the largest A320 operator with 482 aircraft in its fleet, while Indigo is the largest customer with 930 aircraft on order. In October 2019, the A320 family surpassed the Boeing 737 to become the highest-selling airliner. As of March 2025, a total of 19,233 A320 family aircraft have been ordered, and 11,971 delivered, of which 11,025 aircraft are in service with more than 350 operators. The global A320 fleet has completed more than 176 million flights, over 328 million block hours since its entry into service. The A320 CEO, current engine operation, initially competed with the 737 Classic and the McDonnell Douglas 80, then their successors, the 737 Next Generation, NG, and the McDonnell Douglas 90, respectively, while the 737 MAX is Boeing's response to the A320neo. The A320 series has 2 variants. This is an A320-200. The original ones were the A320-100s. Only 21 of those were ever produced. These aircraft, the first to be manufactured, were delivered to Air Inter, later acquired by Air France, and British Airways as a result of an order from British Caledonian made prior to its acquisition. The primary differences from the -100 and the -200 were the wingtip fences and the increased fuel capacity providing increased range. Powered by 2 CFM 56 5s, or IAE V2500s with thrust ratings of 98 to 120 kilonewtons, or 22 to 27,000 pounds of thrust. The A320's typical range with 150 passengers is 3,300 nautical miles, or 6,100 kilometers, or 3,800 miles. A total of 4,512 of the A320 CEO model have been delivered, with 220 remaining on order as of September 30th, 2017. The closest Boeing competitor is the 737-800. I'm really bad at doing that. And the back keeps falling, probably because it's heavier in the back. In 1988, the value of a new A320 was $30 million, reaching $40 million by the end of the 1990s. A 30% increase lower than the inflation, it dipped to $37 million after 2001, then peaked to $47 million in 2008, and was stabilized at $40 to $42 million until the transition to the A321neo. In 2018, its list price was US $101 million. Whew, wouldn't it be nice to purchase one of these? But that's only for the top 1%. This A320 in particular is a Delta Air Lines A320 in the 2007 revised upward and onward livery. Its registration code is November 376 November Whiskey. Last flight this aircraft was from New Orleans International MSY to Minneapolis St. Paul International MSP. Delta currently has 54 of the A320-200s in its fleet. You're not really supposed to roll these, but I find that you can in small little durations. Again, the belly has Delta, the Delta's logo, full unique landing gear with the camera focused, with a number of, let's see if I can get to the focus on this. Anyways, it says 3276. It's a registration number with a 2 because it's an A320. There it is in all of its glory. Now to move on to the A321. Let's put this to the side. Move my sheets around. Here it is, the American Airlines A321neo. This is item number G2, American Airlines AAL 111107. This is the older A321. I know that Gemini Jets now has the new one. I did not buy the new one though. I got this on sale. As always, it has the metal stand. I don't like the metal stand, so see ya. Just kidding. We'll put this nicely here. Here it is. There's my dog going crazy. I'm a very big fan of the A321neo. It's a beautiful jet. And this one's more stable, obviously, because it's longer. Put the box to the side. Oops. This one's actually very light compared to the other one. The other one's heavier. American Airlines A321neo. November 421 Uniform Whiskey. There it is again, 421. The camera won't focus on that. Wow, it's really small. Oh, there it goes. With the new New American livery, voted by American Airlines employees. There's its little identification for the aircraft. This is an Airbus A321neo. The A321neo is a single-aisle airliner created by Airbus. The A321neo, NEO being an acronym for New Engine Option, is developed from the Airbus A321 and Airbus A320neo family. It is the longest stretched fuselage of Airbus's A320 series, and the newest version of the A321, with the original A321 CEO entering service in 1994 with Lufthansa. It typically seats 180 to 220 passengers in a two-class configuration, with up to 244 passengers in a high-density arrangement. The A321neo was announced by Airbus in December of 2010 as an improvement and replacement to the A321 CEO current engine option. Fitted with new engines and sharklets, these are these things, sharklets, as standard, the A321neo has the longest fuselage, as I mentioned, it's very long, of any Airbus narrow-body airliner of commercial use. Fitted with CFM International LEAP-1A or Pratt & Whitney PW1100G-JM engines, Airbus advertises a 20% increase in fuel efficiency per passenger, with 500 nautical miles, 930 kilometers, or 580 miles more range, or 2 tons, 4,400 pounds, more of payload. Boeing introduced a new generation of their competing narrow-body family, 737 MAX, 9 days before the introduction of the A321neo. The A321neo began production in 2016, with the final assembly taking place in Hamburg, Germany. It's entered service with Virgin America on 31st of May 2017, taking its first commercial flight. As of March 2025, a total of 6,991 A321neo aircraft had been ordered by 88 disclosed customers, of which 1,674 aircraft had been delivered. The A321neo has the same length as the original A321 CEO, but includes structural engineering, structural strengthening, and landing gear, and differences in the landing gear and wing. Increased wing loading and other minor modifications in order to higher maximum takeoff weight, MTOW. Its first customer was ILFC. The Airbus A321neo prototype D-AVXB first flew on February 9th, 2016. It suffered a tail strike 3 days later and was flown to Toulouse for repairs, delaying the certification program for several weeks. Economy class cabin on American Airlines A321, featuring full LED ambience lighting. Features full ambience. Yeah. The A321 CEO received its type of certification with Pratt & Whitney engines on December 15th, 2016, and simultaneous EASA and FFAA certifications for the CFM LEAP-powered variant on March 1st, 2017. The first A321neo, leased by GECAS, was delivered in Hamburg to Virgin America, configured with 184 seats and LEA. Oops, almost dropped the phone. LEA4. There's the Gemini just logo. It's blurry, so you can't see it right now. Maybe it'll focus, maybe not. It's not going to. Delivered in Hamburg to Virgin America, configured with 184 seats and LEAP engines, and entered service in May of 2017. The Neo empty weight is 1.8 tons greater than the CEO due to its new engines and associated airframe. modifications. Engine pylons, wing structure, and bleed-in oil systems were adapted. At the same maximum weight, it reaches flight level 310, 30 nautical miles before and 4 minutes earlier than the CEO. At flight level 330, 10,000 meters, ISA-2 Celsius, 28 degrees and 67 tons, 148,000 pounds. It burns 2,200 kilograms per hour, 4,850 pounds an hour, at Mach 0.76. 515 miles per hour long-range cruise, or 2,440 kilograms an hour, 5,400 pounds an hour, at Mach 0.80. 542 miles per hour high-speed cruise. To other similar takeoff performance, pitch response to stick input is a rate command to hit the 3-degree-second rotation rate to capture the right pitch attitude, and there is an electronic tail bumper preventing the tail strike if the stick is less than 3/4 off the way aft. Additional thrust, slower rotation, and liftoff speeds require more rudder authority, and its maximum deflection went from 25 degrees to 30 degrees. By January 2018, the A321 has received 1,920 orders, exceeding orders for the A321 CEO. At the back, you can see what used to be, because they had to cut it off or they didn't detail it as much, the afterburner. Here's the rubber hole I was talking about, where the metal stand would go to. It's a pain because it messes up every time you try to put it there. There's the registration number again, 421, as well as the details on all the engine and the aft doors and the slide. And for November 421 uniform whiskey. And the new livery, which I love compared to the old livery. It was nice, but it was just too much. Too much silver. I like the more space gray vibe to it. And at the top, you can see the hub for the electronics and Wi-Fi, and each of the little sharklets on top that keep the air stabilized, besides the huge sharklets on the wings. By this time, the A321neo accounted for 32% of all A320neo family orders, whereas the original A321 just represented 22% of A320 CEO family orders. By July of 2022, the A321neo represented over 53% of all A320neo family orders. A stretch would probably involve fore and aft plugs to keep its center of gravity, but tail strike clearance could constrain field speed and performance, and a larger aircraft could require more powerful engines, while further cabin crew would be needed. Over 250 seats. In 2018, the Airbus A321neo list price was $129.5 million, so only a little under $27.5 million compared to the A320. Competing with the Boeing new main aircraft, concept airliner would require stretching the A321neo by 1 or 2 rows. Its takeoff weight could be increased to 100 tons, 220,000 pounds, by tweaking its wing and strengthening its landing gear, requiring more engine thrust. Or it could receive a lighter and larger new wing, more costly to develop, but with the same thrust. This A321neo in particular is an American Airlines. As you can see, American has the American logo, or the newer one, the 2013 revised one, dubbed the New American. It keeps the same gray or silver, as they wanted a more toned down silver, and the newer flag. Its registration code is November 421 Uniform Whiskey. The last flight in this aircraft was on, as of me filming this video, it was 11 minutes early from a flight to Phoenix Sky Harbor International to Boston Logan International, BOS. American Airlines has 84 A321neos in its fleet, 10 specifically ordered from Alaska Airlines, with plans to change the transcontinental configuration to the standard configuration. As of 2025, this totals 84 of the 96. This totals 74 of the 96 American Airlines plans to order, not including the 10 that were ordered from Alaskan Airlines. As always, just remember to keep on flying and keep on ordering planes because it helps these companies. And have a nice day. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.